Nobody talks about these 4 forgotten biblical truths that are showing the differences between men and women that we see in the Bible. Virtually no marriage experts talk about these, and it is so glaring because once you see them, you can't unsee them. Now, don't come for us. We're going to show you exactly what these 4 things are, why they're leading to conflict in your marriage, and what you can do about it.
And that's true. So often people have come to us, literally hundreds and thousands of times, that we've talked to individuals and couples, and they say it feels like we've drifted apart, or it feels like he's just not the same person. He's changed so much, or I've changed so much, or they just are not clicking like they used to. They're not understanding even where the other person's coming from. And the heart of the problem is they did not understand the differences between male and female. It's not just that they didn't realize physically they look different, but also behind the scenes, there's the emotional and even spiritual differences that if you don't dial these in, you're never really going to understand each other. And not only that, it's also effects of the fall that men and women have that are different from one another. And it really is biblical differences about the way that God designed marriage to be and about how males and females are inherently different.
Yes. And in our culture, those differences are now villainized, or we're trying to erase them altogether. There's no difference, right? You can be whatever you want to be. That's just not true. Down to every cell in your body, it's different. And these play out differently, especially as you said, Scott, looking back at the fall. And in our own marriage, we played this out. We saw this. We've been married now 30 years. And if we could rewind the clock back to when we were in our young 20s, newly married, fully in love, best friends, loving the Lord, knowing His Word, we still didn't get these differences. Anything about him that was different than me, I made wrong. Everything different about me than him, he made wrong, and we clashed. And there was about a decade of our marriage that we were just so frustrated that we couldn't get along. We couldn't understand each other. We didn't know why. We couldn't actually resolve stuff. I was resenting him. He was growing hopeless, and it just played out very, very painfully in our marriage. And now that we see them, and now that we've developed some tools on how to get out of that and actually navigate that as gospel partners, everything is different for us. And it's been different for hundreds and hundreds of couples that we've worked with as well.
It's so true. And when we were in that place, we were really frustrated. And I saw in you, and you saw in me, someone who didn't really seem to be upholding their side of the bargain. It seemed like you were being disobedient to the Lord in a lot of ways, and you saw that in me as well. And when we dialed this in, the truth is it became a whole lot easier to have a Christ-centered marriage. When I understood where you were at, what you were wrestling through, and vice versa, it was so much easier to understand each other, to encourage each other, and to actually help one another instead of being more part of the problem.
It's so true. And it is actually heartbreaking and sad when there are 2 Christians who love God, love each other, but they actually don't have Christ at the center of their marriage, and they don't really feel like they're thriving, they're getting along. They see these differences in each other as just faults and failures and flaws, and there's sin at play, don't worry, there is. But when we understand these differences, and when we can learn to live with each other in an understanding way, the way we're commanded to, things can radically shift in our hearts and in our minds and homes and marriage too.
Absolutely.
So we've got a powerful workshop planned for you this Thursday, May 28th, where we're going to break down these 4 differences along with so many other great opportunities and tools for you to navigate these differences in a gospel-centered way in your marriage. It's this Thursday, May 28th. And today only we've got a 50% off. Today only we've got $50 off when you register at turnaroundmarriage.com/workshop. So what are we going to be covering in this workshop? Well, we're going to uncover these 4 forgotten truths about the differences between men and women, how they play out, how they started back in the fall and even at creation, and how they're playing out now in your marriage, and what you can do to understand each other and actually resolve conflict and communicate effectively. We're also going to show you why rehashing the past is the worst way to communicate and what you can do instead. We're going to uncover some of the common misunderstandings that many Christians have when trying to resolve conflict that's just not helpful, and how to actually resolve it in a way that's God honoring. We're going to show you how to stop stuffing your feelings and how to stop just putting conversations in the avoidance piles because you don't want to fight, and how to actually bring it to the light in a gentle, respectful, loving, and understanding way. We're going to show you how to stay calm in the midst of conflict, even if you've been misunderstanding each other for years. And really, the heart of it is we want you to go away encouraged and feeling appreciated and supported, and know how to apply these tools and principles in your marriage as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And we know that you're going to go away from this and say what many others have said when they have communicated to us. I wish someone had told me this sooner. I wish someone had told me this 20 or 30 years ago. And when you lock this in, guys, it's going to shift a whole lot for you. So go right now to turnaroundmarriage.com/workshop. Grab that coupon code. And when you're checking out, make sure you pop that right in there. And we'll look forward to seeing you on Thursday night.
Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. See you there.